Sometimes I still need you. Sometimes I still need you.
Hi, it's Sarah from Sarah's Holistic Health, and it's Saturday and I thought I'd give you a nice sweet treat for the weekend. I'm going to show you how to make chewy chocolate brownies. They're really quick and easy to make and brilliant to make with kids. You can cut them out into any shape that you want with a cookie cutter. I use a heart one. All you need is a blender, and I'll run through the other ingredients with you, and we'll get started. Okay, so half a cup of almonds goes into the blender. And there's also, I've put 3 tablespoons of cacao powder in there too. And then it's 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt that goes in there. Now I just need to blend it up. Okay, so the almonds have been blended up with the sea salt and the cacao powder, and I need to add now the coconut oil. I need 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. It usually comes in a jar and it's hard, so I needed to melt it into liquid form. So I melted it over some hot water in a bowl. So I need to add 2 tablespoons of this now to the mixture. Here. Okay. And then I'll need to process it again. Okay, so that's all mixed in. And now we just need to add the dried fruit. So I've got half a cup of raisins and half a cup of dried cherries. So I'm going to pop these into here. I'll put a few in and I'm going to drop them in while it's blending from the top. That way process it more evenly. Okay, so they're all blended up, and the last thing I need to add is the dates. Okay, so I just need to add the dates now. I've got 1/3 cup of medjool dates. I've de-pitted them, so I've taken the middle out. And now I'm just going to break them in half and then half again. So you're breaking one date into quarters. And that way, when you add it to the mixture in there, it blends easier. Okay. So 1/3 cup is usually around 3 to 4 medjool dates, depending on the size of them. Okay, so now I'm going to add them to the blender. If you add it while it's running, it turns into a dough much quicker, and it stops the blades from getting stuck as well. You might need to stop the blender and get a spoon and just help the mixture a little if it gets stuck. It'll start forming into a squidgy dough that you can work with. Okay, so that looks ready. So I'm going to stop the blender, and now we can cut them into heart shapes or whatever shape you need to use in your cookie cutter. Okay, so the dough is ready. So I'm just going to get that out and put it onto my work surface. Okay, so you've got your dough that's come out of the blender, and it's nice and squidgy and easy to use and not too sticky. So you just break off like a ball size, about that size, and you've got your cookie cutter. So I'm using a heart. So I'm just going to place it on my work surface here, and I'm going to push it into the cookie cutter and flatten the top down. You might need to add a little bit more to even it out. And once you've done that, you've got your first cookie, so you can just gently, you might get stuck to the board a little bit. If you put something grease-proof down, it'll be okay. Okay, so that's my first heart-shaped cookie. And I'm going to put it onto a plate and place in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and that will set them, and then they'll be more chewy. At the moment they're quite soft and warm from the blender, which they're nice to eat just like this if you want to. Okay, so I'll pop them on my plate. I'm going to put them in the fridge and then show you what they look like. Okay, so the cookies have been in the fridge for 30 minutes to set, and I'll show you what they look like. So I've made a variety of things with the dough. I made 4 little heart cookies, and there's like a big heart one there, and then the other ones I just made into little round balls. Okay, so now they're set. You can either have them just like that, or I coat them in chocolate. I melt some chocolate, make the chocolate first, melt it, and then I put it over the top. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so I'm just melting the chocolate I've made over some hot water. I made the chocolate by mixing a cup of melted cacao butter, which I also grated and then melted over hot water. And then I added half a cup of cacao powder, and then 3 tablespoons of agave syrup, and then I stirred that all together, and then that forms, when it sets, it forms a chocolate. So I made this yesterday, so it's already set, so I'm just melting it again over some hot water, and once it's melted, it's coming on, once it's melted, then I can cover the hearts with it. You can see that. Okay, so this is healthy raw chocolate. There's no processed sugar and no dairy.
Get a good feeling, yeah.